welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Allie and I write YA Dark Fantasy, and today I'm going to be talking about my top 5 books that I read in 2018. So as I went through this list, I realized I had a really bad reading year, and I attribute that to starting an actual university. I was always going to community college, and I feel like you have a little bit more time when you go to community college rather than when you go to a university. So I started that. I started a new job. I have been in multiple different productions and with a theater company, and I just have been very busy this year, and I just realized I didn't read as much as I normally do. But I have 5 books that I really enjoyed this year. 2 of them come out in the coming months, and the rest are already published. I'm gonna scoot this way so I can put the books over here because I don't want to like hold them up, and yeah, it's a whole moment. But these are in no particular order. I just wrote them down in a notebook as I went through my Goodreads list and just kind of remembered what I read. Hold on, let me find my list. So the first book I have on here I read in April of 2018, and I got this as an advanced reader's copy. It is now published. That is Broken Things by Lauren Oliver. I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was very captivating. It was about 3 best friends, and one of them is murdered, and the 2 best friends are pinned for the murder, and years later they come back and try to find out what has happened to their best friend years later. I don't remember if it was 5 years later or 10 years later. It was an anniversary of this girl's death, and they're trying to clear their name but also just find out what happened, and I really enjoyed it. I personally can guess an ending pretty well in anything, movies, TV, books. You really have to like throw a wrench in your plan to surprise me. So I wasn't surprised by the ending, but I did think it was a very nice ending and it wrapped up very well, and I really enjoyed this book. I thought it goes back and forth between the past and the present, and between 2 different points of view of the 2 girls who are our main characters, and I don't know, I loved it. I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads, and I would highly suggest checking it out. The next book comes out, actually, I believe this week. I think it's this week, or it could possibly be next week. I will put the date that it's coming out down below, and that would be Even If I Fall by Abigail Johnson. I already raved about this in my December wrap-up, but I'm going to talk about it again because honestly, this has jumped up to one of my favorite books of all time. It's just so unique in the way that the story is told. We're seeing from a point of view of a family member of a person who has murdered someone, and I don't know, I love Brooke's story. I love the way that Abigail Johnson just tells it in just such a beautiful way, but it's still very raw and real, and I could see it happening. I like the romance between Brooke and her counterpart, and I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really nice contemporary that didn't go too lovey-dovey for me. It still kept it very real, and that's what I like in my contemporaries. So I would highly recommend picking up Even If I Fall when it comes out. Like, go do it. I'm a stan for Even If I Fall. It happened. I'm not going back. I will forever talk about Even If I Fall. The next book I really enjoyed in 2018 was King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard. It is the 3rd, sorry, I had to think about that for a second, the 3rd book in the Red Queen series, and I don't know, I really like this one because we got a lot more Maven in this one, and in Red Queen we get a lot of Maven because Mare is at the castle and shit hasn't gone down yet, but I don't know, I have always said that I love Maven's character. We also get a lot of Evangeline in this book, and I love Evangeline. And I just really enjoyed it. It's probably my favorite out of the entire series. I did really enjoy Warstorm as well, but I don't know, I really liked King's Cage. There's just some scenes in there that I think are beautifully done, and I don't know, there's just something about Maven that makes me just like want to read more about Maven, even though people hate him. But I also really liked a lot of our character arcs in Red Queen in King's Cage, because we get a lot of character arcs. Specifically one character, we get a lot more about Evangeline, and I love Evangeline. She is queen, and so yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I know people aren't necessarily, Red Queen's not their favorite, and that book especially is not their favorite, but for me personally, Glass Sword was not my favorite in that series, so I just have an unpopular opinion on that one. The next book on my list is Keeper by Kim Chance, a fellow author tuber on the platform, and I loved this book, and I'm so ready for Seeker to be out. Kim, where's Seeker? I need it right now. I need it right now. But I loved Keeper. I felt like it was just a wonderful written book. It was fun and it had fantastical elements in it, but it was so grounded in the sense that I felt like this could actually be happening. If you don't know what Keeper is about, it's about a girl named Lainey, and she is attacked by a 200-year-old witch, which connects back to her dead mother, and she finds out, like her dead mother, she is also a keeper, which a keeper is the one person who can wield and read the grimoire of the spellbook that they have. But unfortunately for Lainey, the spellbook or the grimoire has been stolen by a warlock, and shit hits the fan pretty quickly. And so yeah, it's just really fun. It takes you on a ride. I loved it. Also, the book cover, let me talk about that emerald green. I love it. Kim is also just a wonderful person. So yeah, that was one of my favorite books of 2018, and I honestly want to reread it before Seeker so that I could just like marathon through it, but I don't know when Seeker's coming out, so can I have it now, please? Like, gimme please. She keeps talking about it, she keeps alluding to it, that there's a twist in it, and there's everything. I need to know what's going to happen. Please. Number 5 on my list for my top 5 books of 2018 is actually a book series, and that would be the Luck series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I read this in December going into 2018, and I finished it in 2018, and let me tell you, Damon Black, is it Damon or Damien? Am I saying that wrong? Let me know down below. I say Damon, but I'm probably saying it wrong. But let me tell you, Hot Alien, that has his name written all over it. But I read the whole entire series. I marathoned through it, and I just really like Jennifer L. Armentrout's writing style. I think she is funny and clever, and her characters just really jump off the page, and they all have a different personality, and I don't know, I loved this book. And just it gets so much better. You start off on like a little bit of a roller coaster, you go up, and then it just like the final book's like it hits the fan, and it's so much fun. Those books are so much fun. So I really am excited to read more Jennifer L. Armentrout books because I haven't read any more. I have White Hot Kiss. It's right here. That's why. You can probably see it. The white book right here. In the Dark Elements series. So I have this, and I'm really excited to read it soon. Oh my gosh, look at that necklace on the back. One kiss could be the last. Dun dun dun! Well, that was dramatic. But I'm excited to read this. And, like, let me tell you, these covers, they read trashy romance all over them. But I know that, like, they're not going to be just trashy romance because the Luck series wasn't just trashy romance. It was, like, badassery and everything combined. So those are my top 5 books of 2018. I'm really hoping 2019 has more reading in store, which already it's ramping up that it will. And I don't know, I just am so excited for 2019 and the books coming out and the books on my shelf that I have to read. And if you have any suggestions for me to read, let me know down below. My current read right now is I'm rereading Lord of Shadows right now, so I can get into Queen of Air and Darkness very soon. But I'm also reading The Violet Theory by Elodie Ivor, and I will rave about this until I die in a hole, because right now it's so good. It's getting so good, and this is all I want to do. But I can't just do this. I can't just read this and it makes me angry. But that is all I have for you today, and until next time, loves, bye!